I'm going to introduce you to my subscribers, my collective, which might become your collective too.
Hi, collective. There's nobody here yet. Just talking to us.
Hey everybody, it's Eli Marie and welcome to Tarot by Marie. And this is Christian. He's going to be reading with us today. Say hi, Christian.
Hi, Christian. Oh,
We're trying this out for the first time together. So if you can't hear us or see us, I'm sorry, but we don't know until we try. So hi, oh Khaleesi, hi.
hi.
Christian, say hi to Khaleesi.
Hi, Khaleesi.
Sup, Christian? Hey, Chris. Chris is an
Sup,
OG.
Chris?
Chris is
There's a
an
lot of
OG.
Chris's out here.
Also reads, and so we're gonna kind of collab today on a little read, and I think it'll be fun because different perspectives. Who knows? We might have the same story, might have a different story. That's the fun part. I'm good. I'm still a little sunburned, but I'm okay. We'll be all right. Okay, let's keep it fun and fresh. So, Christian,
Yeah.
do you want to like jump into a love read, or do you
Yeah,
want to
you know what?
do
That
like
sounds like a perfect idea.
okay? What question you want to ask?
Hmm.
Oh, so sweet. They're giving us hearts and we haven't even picked a question yet. Love you guys.
Maybe something about timing.
Timing.
Like, maybe the timing for like new love.
Okay, timelines are difficult, but we'll see. We'll see what comes out, I guess. So maybe um what is new love coming in for the collective? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Always pretty with the sunburn. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, I just look bronze, but it's pretty sore, but I'll be all right. Okay. All right. So Christian says we're going to ask, what is new love coming in for the collective? Okay. So I'll give my perspective and then Christian will. Okay. So sounds good. Okay. Thank you, universe, for clarity and guidance. I have so much gratitude to be able to do this reading with my collective and with Christian. And only the most important, clearest messages. Thank you, universe. Okay. What is new love coming in for the collective? We don't waste any time here. Well, sometimes I waste time, but not today. Today, I'm trying to like and do better with my time. Okay. New love coming in for the collective. My cats are sleeping on the bed. They're so cute. All right. New love. New love. The Fool in reverse. Oh, the Lovers. Okay. Huh. The Magician reverse. Aries, Gemini, Magician in reverse. Why the Magician in reverse? Some of you, even though you have a fear of new love coming in, or maybe you feel like you're not ready, you do want it, but it's going to test you, as in, you're going to have to be the one who initiates contact. You're going to have to be the one who gets up off your ass and does something about this. You can't always wait for it to fall in your lap. That's what I got. You can't always be the one to sit around and wait for love to come fall in your lap. You have to get up off your ass. Be ready because you always attract the player. um, but not necessarily. Sometimes it's like you attract people that have good intentions, but they're just kind of flighty. Um, so they're not very reliable lovers. That's too bad. Okay. You might have more than one, so you'll have to choose. So you might have two new loves coming in. Because my collective is a very busy bunch.
Ooh, that's complicated.
That's what I got so far. I'm gonna stop here. What about you, Christian? What do you got?
Okay,
Okay.
let's see.
This is kind of fun because now I can just sit back and I can enjoy the show. Oh my god, this is fun.
Okay. Mm, okay, new love.
Mm.
Uh, possibly two people. Gets a little complicated. So, what to do about the complicatedness of two different loves?
Khaleesi says, I talk to no one. Ha ha ha. Maybe secret stalkers. Probably secret stalkers. Probably more than two.
Hmm.
Like a few. That's what I'm
Okay.
feeling. Let's see what Christian gets.
All right. So let's do like past, present, future.
Okay. Oh my god, I love that you're in the outdoors. I'm so jelly. It's nice.
Universe, please help me to understand the complicatedness of slash stalkers and multiple connections all happening at the same time.
But they're afraid of me, she says. They should be. You're a force to be reckoned with, Khaleesi.
Okay, and then this card will be about fear of love. And these two cards are going to be like a duality thing. It's going to help us understand something.
Okay.
Okay, let's flip them. So, past, we got Seven of Pentacles. Someone was working really hard to, whether that's financially or just to try to build a life for themselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
there's that. Here, and that was upright.
Oh, upright. Okay. That resonates. Mm-hmm.
And then in the present, we got the Ten of Cups, but it was in the reverse.
Ooh.
So, like
No.
a full circle, your emotions, you know, you're finally like feeling like everything's coming together and the emotions that come from that, but it's upside down, which means that there might be something missing that's keeping things from feeling like complete emotionally. So that's interesting.
Oh. You got some hearts there. You got some hearts. Look, she says resonates. You got some hearts.
Okay, but in the future,
Mm.
we got the sun upright. So, you know, maybe there's some room for like maybe like a happy moment, like something nice, like maybe um that lighthearted fun that
Mm.
is so seemingly rare in our world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there might be a chance to experience something like that in the near
Mm.
future. So that's upright. Now,
Yeah.
since it's so complicated with all these different loves, we're going to go ahead and try to figure out, like, when it comes to multiple loves, there's always that duality principle, like
Mm.
polarizations, different forces at work. So, what does that mean for us? Okay. So complicated, just like I would expect. Um, so, so these are both upright though.
Okay.
And I feel like that's a good sign. Like maybe there's a chance for harmony.
Mm.
By the way, there's cars in the background, so might get a little
So cool.
noisy here and there. Um, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we got Eight of Cups, and it looks like someone was there was emotions that were building up, and it was you were starting to feel like almost like some like you were able to understand each other possibly in this relationship, like you were finally getting some understanding and maybe a little bit of closure too, actually, and like almost like you're finally able to walk away.
Wow.
So, and on the other side, so this would be like the duality. So on the other side of that, kind of like balancing it out, we have the Page of Pentacles. So along with some closure emotionally, and like the ability to walk away from that, even if
Mhm.
it's in one relationship, like, like you guys have finally like made peace with the past and you're able to move together, move on together, if that makes sense. Like you can still be together, but you're able to move on from, you're basically working through your issues emotionally. And on the other side, we got Page of Pentacles. So what that tells me is balancing that out is almost like you want to learn how to build something together. So it's kind of trippy to think about that, like trying to build something together would be almost like the polar opposite to the closure that you're getting. Almost
Mhm.
like it's almost like trying to find a way to balance out, okay, we're moving on to a new chapter in our lives. So now there's new emotions coming in. How do we ground those new emotions for what we're trying to build for ourselves as individuals? And like
Ooh.
that can be kind of an interesting time, because when things change, especially emotionally, got to figure out how to ground that, that change, especially in a relationship. So I would say be careful with that shift. Just keep in mind, like, you're both individuals, you both want to create something for yourselves. Maybe it would be a good time to talk about like what you want to create for the future. And if it's a
Mhm.
new love, since that's the topic we're on, if you're walking away from a relationship, maybe it's a good time to consider, for yourself, what do I want to create for myself? And maybe find somebody who, like, even if they don't do the same thing as you or have the exact same interests, if it harmonizes, if it pairs well together, or if you guys could work together, like that's something that definitely something good to keep in mind, even on the first date. You don't got to ask a bunch of questions, but it's good to be a little inquisitive and to figure out, like, you know, who am I, individual across from me that I'm getting to know? What do we love? What
Okay.
inspires us? And
I like
then the
that.
one about fear. So that's 10 of Wands. And it was also upright. So I think the fear is like actually creating, it's like you want to, you really do have like this dream of what you want to create, what you want to manifest for yourself. And maybe, you know, I don't know if this is you or the other person, but there is definitely a dynamic there where there's almost some fear in like, is it even possible to create this myself, or is
Mhm.
it, do I have to be realistic about it? And it's upright. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is something you might need to power through and really believe in, like that you can create the life that you want for yourself. You can manifest that dream, and you don't have to give it up. You can have the full dream, the full perspective. And if there's anything holding you back from that, then I would say it's not in alignment with moving on emotionally, and it wouldn't be in alignment with, like what you're trying to build for yourself. And look, we got two tens here. So it's like, this one's upside down. like, oh no, am I not going to be able to create what I want for myself emotionally? Like I'm not feeling like there's something missing. There's something missing. But we also got the 10 of wands, so it's like you as an individual have the ability to create and
Hmm.
manifest what you want for yourself, and you can actually find that in somebody else. So, and at least the cards are telling me you shouldn't have to give that up.
I
So,
like that. That's so cool. That's really good reading. That's really
yeah.
good.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate that. This is like one of my first times doing a reading over a live, um
You're
so I
very
hope you guys
natural.
appreciate it.
They
Doing my
do.
best here.
They do. Look, Khaleesi says so good and just getting hearts. You're getting hearts out the ass.
Oh,
It's
thanks,
awesome.
Khaleesi. I appreciate that.
You're very natural.
Yeah, but I feel like the forest helps me out a little bit with that too.
It does. You
Hey,
win.
everybody,
As
look.
far as the backdrop, you win.
Look, there's a giant pine cone.
Wait, put it in front of you. Like you can cover your whole body with that
Yeah,
thing.
look. Just talk to the pine cone, everybody.
Try to hide behind it. Squeeze your
I'm gonna take
shoulders in.
I'm
Squeeze
gonna
your
take a
shoulders
break
in.
for a second.
You're so
Hey,
funny.
everybody. I'm a pine cone. Who
The
wants a
pine
reading?
cone's doing the reading. Pine cone. Take your take a ticket or something. It's my turn. Okay. Pine cone,
That'll
take a
be
back seat.
that'll be
Okay.
$5 for entrance into that park. Pinecone's taking commission.
uh, I will pay $5 for that big ass pine cone.
It's actually pretty cheap when you think about it, compared to I don't know, inflation.
Oh, wait, are you putting them away? I was going to ask another question.
Oh, well,
Yeah, one final question because we are coming up on that 20-minute sweet spot. Is what I'm trying to keep my readings between 15 and 20 minutes because, you know, attention span and whatnot. But I was going to ask what challenges face the collective in this new love situation. And I'm going to ask for advice at the same time. And then you can give your perspective, and then that'll be our collaboration for the reading. Does that sound
sounds
good?
awesome.
Awesome. Awesome possum. Okay. What challenges will the collective face in this new love situation? All right. What challenges? What challenges? Okay, if you're someone who doesn't really express yourself emotionally, you're going to have to do that this time around. Or it's just not going to work. Like you will lose this opportunity in this new love very quickly. So you're going to have to like express how you feel. Hello, avoidant. All my avoidants out there. Um, Nine of Swords in the reverse, the Moon in reverse, and then first card was the Knight of Cups. Pisces. So some of you have really just lost faith in trusting your intuition. You got double Pisces with the Moon in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. Um, you just I feel like some of you question your ability to trust your intuition. Maybe you're just so used to taking in information from others, a lot of external advice and influence that may not be the best for you. It's time for you to forge your own opinions. It's time for you to just let everything else go and forge your own ideas and opinions. What do you mean, Khaleesi? I said everything I had in my heart already. What does that mean? King of Pentacles. Also, some of you will be too work focused to really invest any time in this love connection. So I don't know, like, do you want this new love? Do you want it right now? Upright, yes, reverse, no. You don't want it right now, Aquarius. Why don't wait, so why don't you want it? I understand. What is judgment? See, this is your issue, okay? If you're watching this reading and you resonate with any of this, maybe take some inventory, man. It's not like I'm um bending you over and spanking you and saying you're a bad fucking person. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is for awareness and accountability. That if you are always one to just let someone else do the work, let someone else text you, let someone else pick up the phone, um, what do you expect? Shit's not gonna fall in your lap all the time. Maybe you're someone who gets like everything they want all the time. In this situation, you're gonna have to do some work. And that's just facts. What is your advice? Who are you still holding on to that you're not really wanting this? You say you want it, but you haven't really walked away from someone. It could be a past person that you're really not over. For some of you, it's not good memories, but you just can't shake it off yet. So perhaps the healing is not come full circle yet. I mean, we're all always healing, but there's an extra like layer, an extra element here that's making it difficult for you to really give yourself to a new thing. So ask yourself what you want. And if you're not over this past person, why do you want something new? Don't complicate it. That's what I got. Thank you. Namaste. Christian, what do you have?
Complicated.
What challenges and advice?
I also, okay. So I pulled just 3 cards for now. So
Okay. Perfect.
um I almost see like, so in life sometimes, especially when we're challenged with fear of something, second guessing, which can close people off a lot of times, actually, like emotionally, second guessing situations, um, which I almost feel like you do have to be confident in yourself. Taking advice from other people, it's like so much reverse psychology, and it just gets so complicated. Sometimes you have to know what you want. So it does seem like someone is being almost offered like a gift and they're refusing it, maybe because they don't trust it, which is fair considering what we have to go through in life. But in this case, it's like maybe missed opportunities. Not yet, but that's in the ether right now. So
Mm,
it's like something to keep in mind. And when it comes to the second guessing, think about that second guessing. So I'm going to kind of go off on a little bit of a tangent here. So this card I got upright, 3 of
mm,
cups. So emotionally, sometimes when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place,
mm,
it's not actually the right choice. Like, oh, do I do this or do I do that? Even in relationships, especially, I'd say, like, oh, is it what my partner is saying we should do, or is it what we've been trying to like come to a conclusion. We just keep going back and forth. Um,
mm,
and that could like go over a long period of time. Well, sometimes it's neither of those things, but maybe like a fine line between those things. And the cards are almost telling me like there is a third party who might have some advice about this, but ultimately you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. So they can help you almost kind of show you the way, but at a certain point, you're going to have to be confident in it, in what you want. And at the same time, you're going to have to find that fine line between, you know, different ultimatums, maybe like a third option, because there's not just 2 options in life. There's so many different possibilities. And especially in a relationship, it's all about finding like that harmony between like what everybody wants. So
mm,
know what you want. Um, try to understand, like open your mind to the possibility that there's more than this back and forth dynamic for both of us, for all of us, and you might be able to work past this second guessing, this fear, and that actually, might help you to open up because once you know what you want, And once you have kind of that groundedness and reality of seeing the silver lining,
Mm.
at that point, you're confident in expressing yourself and your emotions. Three of Cups. So, and then
Mm.
the last card I got was Tower,
Mm.
and it was upright also.
Uh,
So that means, as much as the Tower card looks like a scary card, it's really just, being open to change. And change can be a little chaotic sometimes. But if we're going with the flow, all things considered, Three of Cups,
Mm.
um, good things come from change. So, and that, like, it might not be exactly what you would imagine it to be, but it's ultimately going to somehow align with what you want in that fine line. It's just going to be, if that makes any sense, like, it's going to be completely different from what you would expect,
Mm.
but it's somehow going to meet your needs
Mm.
specifically. And like, this is the path to get there. So, and like the downside of it is, if you just if you turn down the ability, if you turn down the option to like open up at all, and you just stay closed off, this Tower could be really chaotic and almost in not the best way. So I would say
Mm.
this Three of Cups is kind of what's going to save you from all that. No ultimatums, know what you want, open your mind to the possibilities, and the change is going to be different, but it's going to be good.
I like it. So everything's gonna be okay.
Yes.
We're not all gonna be alone and die alone, is what you're saying.
No.
We have a fighting chance, is what you're
No. That's
saying.
what love is for.
I love that, man. That's an awesome answer.
That's what love is for. You idiot. No, I'm just kidding. It's kind of a mean pine cone. No, the pine cone means well. I promise. Just a little blunt.
I like pine cone. You can
Yeah,
bring
pine
pine cone
cone's
next
cool.
time.
That was just me. Pine cones are all. I'm the one who's blunt. Either way, that's a giant pine cone, and that
Perfect.
is the reading. So,
That was really cool. You did really good.
thank you.
This
I'm
was
kind
a
of
collective
excited to
reading.
do another reading someday,
Probably soon. Yeah.
and
This
I'll
is how you get your
probably come right
practice.
back out here.
Yeah. Yeah. With big pine cone. I agree.
Yeah, with the big pine cone, and maybe I'll take some advice from the pine cone too, and be a little bit easier on myself, because I feel like that's also in the cards as well.
Ooh. Okay. Love it. Well, we're gonna end the video here, guys. Say thank you to Christian, and we'll have him on again soon. Would you like that? Put something in the chat or in the comments. Let me know if you liked Christian, if you hated him, if you hated his guts, if you want me to kick his ass, if you want me to give him a hug. I'm joking. I'm sure they love you. I'm just being facetious.
It's
Okay,
okay. I'll fight with the pine cone.
fight
Yeah,
with the pine cone. You'll probably lose, but that's
protect me,
okay.
pine cone. Please protect me.
All right, guys.
Maybe I
I'll see
will.
you
Maybe I won't.
later. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chris.
guys.
Bye, Christian.
Bye, Ellie. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Again, soon. Bye, guys.
Cool. Bye, everybody.